Hi there. Today's lesson is on zero and negative exponents. So an exponent is where you have a base, which is your whole number, and your exponent, which is the little number up at the top. Exponents have many different rules. You can't just think of them as a normal number. Okay, it tells you what to do, and we're going to go through every single rule that you know. Now, the first rule is that if you have a zero exponent, which is any number raised to the zero power, like given here, the answer is 1. It doesn't matter if it's a variable. It doesn't matter if it is a number. It is 1. The second rule we're going to talk about is negative exponents. So if you have a number or a variable raised to a negative power, so here you have your base x, and the exponent is -2, that is the reciprocal of itself. So what you do is, since this is x to the -2, we can go ahead and put this over 1. The reciprocal means you're going to flip them. So what is on the bottom is now on the top, and what's on the top is now on the bottom. But when you do this, that exponent turns positive. So notice in this example you have -2, but when you take the reciprocal, it now becomes a +2. That is because when you take the reciprocal, it is now in the place it should be. You can do this opposite. So if you have a negative in the denominator, you take it and you take the reciprocal, and so now you have +2 over 1, or just that positive x to the second power. Here are some examples. Anything raised to the zero power is 1. Anything. It could be a word. It could be a variable. It could be something in parentheses that looks absolutely horrendous, like all these other numbers. But if it has that raised to the zero power outside the parentheses, it's still 1. In example number 2, we have 4 raised to the second power. We want to put this over 1 because we have to take the reciprocal of it. So you would flip it. Whatever is on the bottom now goes on the top, and whatever is on the top now goes on the bottom. So this is now 4 to the second power. And I'll tell you, if it is raised to the second or third power, you must simplify. You must simplify. So this would be 4 times 4. Remember exponents, it's not 4 times 2, it's that base number multiplied by itself. So when we simplify this, you're going to have 1 over 16, because that's 4 times 4. In example number 3, you are going to take what's inside the parentheses. When you have something inside the parentheses, it all is going to get raised to this zero power, which means anything within those parentheses has a 0 by it. So what do you think that answer is going to be? The answer is going to be 1. Anything inside those parentheses, it's going to be 1. In example number 4, you have 1 over 6 to the -2 power. Because you have that -2, that means you're going to take whatever's on the top and bring it down, and whatever's on the bottom and bring it up. So here you have 6 to the second power over 1. We don't need that, so we just have 6 to the second power, which means 6 times 6 is 36. In example 5, you have a -4, so we're going to put this over 1 and take the reciprocal. So 98 to the -4th power gets moved to the bottom, to the denominator, and 1 gets moved up. So you have 1 over 98 to the 4th power. Since it's the 4th power, we do not have to simplify, and this would be your answer. Example number 6, it's raised to the 0 power. So your answer is just 1. At this point, I want you to work on your in-class practice. If you have questions, please raise your hand, then complete your quiz. Good luck.